close-up on the eye though? Can you focus? Can you? There we go. Dang. All right, let's do it. What is up, artists and movers? Welcome back to my channel where we are taking our love for dance to the next level. In today's video, we're gonna be all up in my kitchen because I'm gonna be showing you guys 4 of my favorite snacks. These snacks are perfect for if you're going from class to rehearsal, and the best part about them is that they are nut allergy friendly. So I personally have a nut allergy, and I hate that it's really hard for me to find a lot of snacks that cater to something that I can actually eat. So today, this one is for my nut allergy homies, okay? The ones of us who can't do the nut milks and the nut butters and the coconut shavings. I got y'all. Let me know if you're a dancer and you have a nut allergy, or furthermore, if you have a nut allergy and live in LA and know that very specific struggle, let me know in the comments down below so we can bond over our shared pain, because I feel you. In this video, not only am I gonna show you the 4 nut-free snacks, but I'm also gonna show you how they're great for me as a dancer. So if you're ready to jump into these snacks, let's get into this video. So my first snack I like to call the Crunch, and these are roasted chickpeas. Chickpeas are a good source of plant-based protein, so if you are plant-based, there you go. And not only is protein good for building muscle, but it also is great for helping you feel full longer. So if you have a rehearsal or an audition and you don't really know how long it's gonna go and you don't know when you're gonna get to eat next, I like to take something that has a lot of protein in it so that it can kind of hold me over until I'm done. I like to buy this Simply Balanced brand, and the only reason why I buy this particular brand is just because I found it at Target, and it's easiest to find stuff at Target. I find them in the aisle where the trail mixes and assorted nuts are, and they come in this convenient little resealable bag. So once you open them, you can just close it up again to keep them fresh. And the flavor that I like are the sea salt and vinegar, but they do also have a regular sea salt. They have a honey roasted. I think they also have sriracha. So not only are they crunchy, but you can have a little flavor too. If I'm going to go to an audition or a rehearsal, I just pour some into this little container. This container is a half a cup size, so it is 2 times the amount of the serving. But if you are, keeping track of certain amounts of protein and carbs and all of that, then just keep that in mind when you're packing how much you're gonna take with you. These are also perfect to take on an audition. Being prepared with the right snacks or pick-me-ups for your next audition can help you feel much more confident in how you're going to perform. And if you have not seen my video on how to audition with more confidence, be sure to click that little eye at the top right-hand corner of your screen and check that out after you watch this one. For this next snack, there's a little bit of prep time, but it's nothing crazy, okay? So we're going to need a cucumber, some celery, a bowl, some mayonnaise, seasonings of your choice. I prefer Mrs. Dash just because it's super easy and makes the prep time even shorter. Some sweet relish, and of course your tuna. So yep, that's right you guys, we're making a good old-fashioned tuna salad, but instead of eating it with crackers that can be loaded up with like extra fats and carbs, we're gonna pair it with some veggies. And I like to call this snack the anti-inflammatory. Tuna, as we all know, contains omega-3s, but what you probably didn't know about omega-3s is that those fatty acids also enhance muscle recovery. So it helps you to recover from being sore a lot quicker. So if you know that you're going to be in a span of rehearsals, maybe on a day-to-day basis, adding more tuna into your diet can make the time that you feel sore between those rehearsals a lot shorter. It also is high in zinc and vitamin C, which are both really great for your immune system. In a class setting, when you're in a room with a lot of bodies and there's a high chance of you either getting germs or catching a cold or something like that, you want to make sure that you're really taking care of your immune system as much as possible, and zinc and vitamin C can be an extra little boost. What I'm going to do first is I'm going to cut this cucumber so that I can get these thick slices almost to the thickness of, say, a cracker, and we're going to be dipping these into the tuna. So when I do this, I cut about 1/3 of the cucumber, maybe a little bit over 1/3. Next, I'm gonna cut some celery. I don't know what it is about adulthood, you guys, but I used to hate celery as a kid, but I love me some celery now. So as you can see, I'm just cutting the celery first down the middle, and then I'm going to cut those half stalks into smaller, like finger-length pieces. Once you finish cutting your veggies, then it's time to actually make the tuna salad. So I'm gonna just whip up this super quick tuna salad. I think that was like a teaspoon of mayonnaise. So this Mrs. Dash is awesome because it's salt-free and it's just got like a mix of different seasonings in there all together. You know, making something quick on the go. We're just trying to get out the house. After that, I'll add some relish and just mix that up real quick. And now I'm gonna make it easy to carry around. So I'm gonna put it in this small Pyrex dish that comes with a lid, and this one I believe holds 2 cups. So I like to put it in there and then kind of pack it down a little bit. If you do use more than 1 can to make tuna, like say if you're making this like on a larger scale for more times throughout the week, then you're gonna need a bigger container to store it in, and then a smaller one like this to actually carry it around in. After I pack the tuna down, then I go ahead and line the side with the cucumber. I think it just looks so cute, so fresh. And then after adding the cucumber in, I go ahead and stick my celery stalks in there as well. So that way it's all in one place and it's easy to just grab one, dip it, eat it. And it's the perfect portion size. I like this almost as like a small lunch or a big snack. If you're like me in college and you have to race to your next academic class right after a dance class, then this is something that's gonna kind of hold you over throughout the day until you can get like an actual meal. If you're worried about being that person who carries the stinky tuna to work or to the studio, then just replace it with chicken salad. It's just that easy. Just take the tuna out, put the chicken in, you know what I'm saying? So this next snack I like to call the Blood Boost, and they are these cute little charcuterie wraps, and I call it the Blood Boost because it has a high level of vitamin C in it, and vitamin C helps with iron absorption. And what is iron good for? Healthy blood. I want to make sure that we have highly oxygenated and iron-rich blood flowing through our bodies, and if you're open to eating meats, eating these is a good way to get that on the go. They are also a great source of calcium, and also they just taste good. They're super savory. Sometimes you're not in the mood for something crispy. Sometimes you want something a little more salty, savory, with a bit of sweet. So that's what these are for me. With this specific version that I made, I used prosciutto, but I also like to do it with a little sliced turkey. You can use a meat of your choice if you want maybe a more leaner meat. This specific brand of prosciutto is from Target. And then I also got these 3 cheeses as well. These came individually wrapped, which is actually nice because sometimes you want different flavors of cheese. So I have like a Colby Jack, a Monterey, I'm saying a mozzarella. And the last thing you'll need is an apple. And for this one, I used a Honeycrisp apple just so I could have a nice sweet flavor to contrast the salty. To do this, I'm gonna start out with some wax paper and I'm gonna lay my first slice of prosciutto down horizontally. Then I'm going to take my apple and I'm going to cut it downward so that I get these almost chip-like shapes that are thin and round. And I'm gonna cut off about 3 or 4 of these. Then I'm going to take these apple chips and cut them down vertically so that they create these little rectangular slivers. Then I'm going to lay them out on the prosciutto, alternating them on the top and bottom as you can see here. Once you've done that, you're going to take one of your cheese sticks and you're going to roll it inside of the prosciutto so that there's actually slices of apple within that little roll. As you're doing this, just be careful because prosciutto is a very thinly sliced meat, so sometimes if you're a little bit too rough, the meat can tear, but if you are using, you know, some different deli meat of choice and you got it sliced a little bit thicker, then, you know, have at it. As you can see, I did this with 3 separate cheese sticks, so I went ahead and did those other 2. And like I said before, you guys, I love me some textures, and every time I take a bite into these, you get the creamy with the cheese, you get the salty with the meat, and you get like a crunch with the apple, and that's also a different kind of sweet. These are just so good. And then to carry them around, I just wrap the bottoms in a little bit of saran wrap, and then you can either place them in your reusable Tupperware or in a little Ziploc bag. Also with these, if you're making them with prosciutto, be sure to make them the day that you're planning on eating them, because once prosciutto is open to air, it starts to brown and it just, it's not as fresh tasting. So if I were you, I would only make the amount that you're planning on eating that day. And then once you're finished, you should have 3 little charcuterie wraps. Alright you guys, so for this last one, I like to call it the guilty pleasure. And these are pea snacks that we're gonna zhuzh up and we're gonna make them taste like Chester's hot fries. So I love Chester's hot fries, and I love when I can find a replacement for something that isn't too great for you and make it just a little bit more healthy. These are perfect to snack on during a rehearsal because they're super light, but they're also full of flavor. Plus, they're an easy way to get a little bit more veggies in your diet. To do this, first you're going to need to lay out some wax paper onto a countertop, and then I just dump the whole container of pea snacks onto the wax paper. Then we're going to take some seasonings. First, I like to use this chili powder from Vaughn's and just sprinkle that all over the pea snacks. I want to make sure I get a good coating on them and that they're evenly dispersed. Then I'm gonna take this cayenne pepper and do the exact same thing. I love spicy foods, I love spicy snacks. These pea snacks do come in other flavors, and I do think there's a sriracha flavor, but I've actually never had sriracha before, and I know what I like, so I like being able to just customize the flavor myself, and also it's fun. Once I've gotten the cayenne pepper and the chili powder on there, then I go ahead and use the wax paper almost as a funnel, and I just fold it over and use it to put all of the snacks back into the bag. And this bag is not resealable, so I just place them in a little Ziploc baggie like this one, and that way I can take it with me on the go. And you guys, when I tell you these are good, these are so good. You get your spice, you get your crunch, and you get to sneak in a little bit of your veggies for the day. So you guys, that is it. Those are my 4 favorite nut-free snacks. I hope they were something a little bit different, a little bit varied in flavor, textures, you know what I'm saying? We like variety over here. Be sure to give this video a like if you enjoyed it, and let me know in the comments down below if there are any videos that you guys would like to see. And finally, do not forget to subscribe because I do upload every single week. So I will see you guys next week in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.